Hi, I'm Allison.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is The Hoot! This is the podcast where we talk about all things movies, TV shows, podcasts, and so on.
We wanted to start this podcast so we could share our intense, weird, and controversial conversations about everything with the world.
So sit back,
Get your steak and shake,
and listen to The Hoot!
What's up, Doc?
So, Ashley, what have you been up to this week?
This week, I've done a lot of things.
Oh.
I've done a lot of things in just this one day.
What'd you do today?
This day, it was my day off. We're filming this on Martin Luther King Day.
Recording.
Oh my gosh. And, so today, in my mind, I was like, okay, I can either do nothing all day, sleep in, and kind of waste the day, or I can try and do everything that I want to. So I decided to try and do everything that I wanted to. So today I baked some bread because I've been wanting to try my recipe out again because I keep making it, but the proving is all wrong, so it doesn't rise at all, and it just becomes really dense and stodgy and. But
it's dodgy. It's a bit dodgy.
Paul Holly would be very upset with me. Even with this next loaf, it still needed to be
it's
separated.
Quite dense.
Yes. So I'm gonna try it again sometime, but it's still good, and I like it a lot. I really like the flavor of bread. It's like oatmeal.
Good flavor, you know.
It's an oatmeal type bread, and it's so good.
When did you think of oatmeal? How'd you think of oatmeal? Is it part of your family?
No. It's from Outlander. But I also did some cleaning. I was gonna vacuum today. That's probably the only thing that I didn't do that was on my list, but it's okay. But the rest of the week I've been doing school. It was my last week with my 7th graders before my new group on Tuesday, I guess. So tomorrow. So it was just a lot with that, and then also grading because grading is due tomorrow. So it was like
all of your grading ever?
All of my grading from quarter 2.
Oh my gosh.
So it was just a lot because past Ashley didn't want to do it, and so current Ashley had to deal with it, and she was really upset with past Ashley.
I bet past Ashley is back there like, hey.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, during my Saturday, or I guess Sunday, it was Sunday yesterday, I read 10 chapters of Outlander.
Wow.
So I have one more part left in book 3, and I'm so excited because I want to read it right now, but I've been doing other things today, and so I'm going to try and read one more chapter before I go to bed. But also I know if I read one chapter, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I want to keep reading. But yeah, so I did a lot of reading. Actually, this weekend I just did a lot of reading, so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was up to.
That's fun.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
I was waiting for it. She's just like, I finished talking, so we can move on now. So today I did a lot more than I have in a while because I actually woke up. The reason I woke up early, here's why.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Because Mommy said that there was a man coming to the house to look at the oven, and I did not want to be home when he came. But we didn't know what time he was coming, so I was like, I just need to be out of the house. So I got up before noon.
Wow.
That's early for me, guys, right now. I got up actually at 10 o'clock, and I ate the overnight oats that I had made. I heated them up. They were peanut butter and banana. They were quite good. Had my coffee. I actually, prayed this morning, which was nice. And then I was like, okay, now I gotta go to the gym. And so I was, on my way to the gym, and then I was like, okay, I can either go to Mega Replay now or after. But then I was like, it'd be more convenient to go straight either home or to the massage place after the gym than to go to Mega Replay. So Mega Replay is, a really cheap, place where people sell their used movies and stuff and games and stuff, and I really wanted to get some video games for Ryan's Wii U that I stole. I didn't really steal it. He left it at home,
Yeah.
so... And
He's
I
not
literally
using it.
texted him, and I said, do you have a Wii U? He said, no, it's in the basement. I was like, okay, so you have a Wii U, and then I just said, can I play it? And he never replied, so I just took it.
I think he probably thought you meant, do you have the Wii U?
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, so I got Mario Kart 8, which apparently is supposed to be really fun. So I'm going to play that by myself tonight, and then hopefully my friends will want to play it with me at some point. And then I got some movies to watch, and maybe they will come up on the podcast pretty soon. And then I went to the gym, which was annoying because there's like a million people there, and I just want a gym where there aren't pretty people. Like, I want it to be a rule of, like, you can't be pretty if you go to my gym. And, like, I combated my, kind of self-hatred by, like, when I got close to one girl and I liked her leggings, I, like, actually said, hey, I like your leggings, rather than just, like, staring at her and being like, I hate you. Because I don't hate anybody. I just, like, am jealous because of my own insecurities. So I was just like, ugh, I need to get out of here. So I did a good workout, and I left. And then I went and got a massage, because I needed one, because I had a crick in my neck yesterday, and Mommy tried to massage my neck, and it did not help at all. And so I was like, I just need to get one. And I got a new lady than the last person, and she did the best that I've ever gotten. So I'm just going to keep going back to her, because, like, she not only, like, massaged me, but she also, like, did some stretches for me. Like, she didn't teach me how to do the stretches. She actually stretched my body out, so I didn't have to do it for myself.
Yeah.
And then I went home, and I did my makeup, and I took a TikTok, which I don't really do very often, but I, like, actually made, like, a really cute TikTok of my new shirt and stuff. And then I went to work.
Yay.
And now I'm here.
Yay.
Yep. Other than that, nothing.
Yep.
Okay.
There's good news tonight.
So what have you been watching and listening to besides your usual stuff?
That's it.
No, nothing new?
I haven't looked at anything new. I mean, yesterday we watched Castle in the Sky. Because I wanted to watch it, and so I made them watch it.
Yeah, that was the first time seeing that one. I thought I had seen it. Maybe I've seen pieces
the commercials
of it.
for it.
Yeah,
because
but
it played
definitely,
before Kiki all the time.
Okay. I definitely have seen pieces of it, though, like where somebody has been watching it, and I've, like, been there, but I haven't seen it all the way through, so.
I love Castle in the Sky. It's one of my favorites.
I did like it. I would say I'd watch it again, but it's not, like, Spirited Away for me. Like, I saw that there was, like, deeper meanings and stuff, but, like, I don't know. Spirited Away will be my forever.
And then, so I've pretty much just been watching Bewitched in my spare time when I'm, like, needing to watch something. I've been binging that, and then Bob's Burgers at night. And I've been listening to all my podcasts since school started again. So I got caught up on all those guys. And then I've been reading.
Nice.
So, like, I have not started a new show.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I wish I had a new show to say.
Yeah.
Because last night I was like, you know what? I miss Pretty Little Liars. I want to watch it. And I've been waiting for myself to, like, get back to that spot where I want to watch it. So I looked on Hulu. It's not there. Looked on Netflix. It's not there. I was like, where can I watch it? Of course, it's HBO Max. I don't want to get HBO Max. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Mega Replay. That's the reason I went to Mega Replay besides wanting to get the games. Was I going to see if they had Pretty Little Liars. They did not. So I went on eBay and I got the first season because it was only like $5. And I was like, I'll watch the first season, and then if I feel like I want to continue watching it, which I probably will, then I'll just keep buying the next seasons. But other than that, I've been actually watching the Try Guys podcast, the Tripod, which obviously Ashley's talked about it, but I don't really watch it that much or listen to it that much, and I actually had been. until my podcast came out for the week. Because it's always around, like, the weekend that mine come out. Besides, there's, like, one that comes on Wednesdays. But so I was like, oh, well, now I don't need to listen to this because my other podcast came. But,
I love them.
yeah, I like it.
Have you listened to You Can Sit With Us?
No.
You should.
Yeah, but I don't know. That would be another podcast that see, I actually recently just unsubscribed from a bunch of podcasts that I, like, listened to once and then stopped listening to because I was like, I'm not actually that interested in this. One of them is the Twins. I unsubscribed from theirs. I don't remember what it was called.
Double Trouble.
Yeah. And then I also unsubscribed from, what's his name? He's the 10th Doctor.
Oh, David Tennant?
Yeah, he has a podcast.
Yeah, I know, but why'd you do that?
Because I literally subscribed to it and then I never listened to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. See, I think for podcasts, I have to be really into them.
Interested in the subject.
And the only ones that I'm like, I want to sit and pay attention to this rather than have it on in the background are my true crime podcasts. So, and even on those, sometimes I, like, fall asleep to them, so then I get used to falling asleep to them, so then I get tired when I listen to them. But that's okay. Other than that, I think that's it for me, because there's nothing new.
You started reading Outlander.
I did start reading Outlander. I thought I said that last week.
I don't know, did you?
Maybe. But
oh, no, yes, you did.
I did.
You surprised me with it.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm going to Florida.
I just can't stop thinking about it.
So the week that this comes out, I will be in Florida. And I'm saving a lot of, like, my reading for that time. I'm also saving a lot of podcasts for that time for on the plane.
That's when you have to read.
Well, I'm going to read then, too. I won't have that many podcasts because I tried to save them and then I started listening to them. So, so yeah, I'll mostly read. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Mommy keeps, like, being like, I hope we get to go. I'm like, why would we not get to go? And she just keeps psyching herself out. So, knock on. You can ask me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
You can go ahead and ask me.
I don't want to know.
Well, sorry, I'm usually the one who starts out the sections, so that's why I, like...
It's fine.
Go ahead.
Allison?
Yes, Ashley?
Do we have an actor or show of the week?
Yes, Ashley, we have a show of the week.
Oh, thank goodness.
Our show of the week is something that Ashley has not herself watched.
I have watched a couple episodes.
But she has not watched it the way I have.
Yeah.
It is becoming one of my favorite TV shows, which I did not expect at all. It is Family Guy. So I have 2 fun facts. Of course, there's so many, like, little things in Family Guy that, little cameos, little things that they do for comedic things. But I will have only 2 fun facts for this. So, first, everyone who watches it knows that Seth MacFarlane is the creator of the show. And he actually began his animation career at Hanna-Barbera, which, as if you know, is, like, the main creators for, like, Boomerang TV shows. Old, is it Cartoon Network? Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, Scooby-Doo. That's the big one for me, is, like, Scooby-Doo. So, 2 weeks before graduating from RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, Seth MacFarlane received a surprise job offer. Famed animation studio Hanna-Barbera wanted him to move to Los Angeles and join their team. As it turns out, unbeknownst to MacFarlane, a professor at RISD had submitted MacFarlane's thesis film, The Life of Larry, to a student film competition orchestrated by the company. As the winner of the competition, MacFarlane's wit and storytelling ability caught Hanna-Barbera's attention, so much that they offered him a writer's position. So he contributed to a couple of 90s shows. One was Johnny Bravo. Another was Dexter's Laboratory.
Yes.
And then another one was Cow and Chicken. Which I remember Cow and Chicken because Zoe 101 had a spin-off
Yes.
show, like,
Yeah.
not making fun of it, but basically mimicking Cow and Chicken. I don't remember what it was called,
I can't
though.
either, but they talked about it all the time.
Yeah, and they would watch it all the time. Okay, so this is one that I actually enjoyed because I recently watched Family Guy all the way through for the first time. And so there was a show or an episode called The Life of Brian. And in this, and Brian is the dog, if you didn't know. So in this episode, Family Guy decided to shake things up by killing off Brian. And to add insult to injury, Brian was immediately replaced by a new dog, Vinny, in the very same episode. So this,
Oh my gosh.
this made it seem like they were actually done with him. I, like, freaked out and looked up on IMDb if the voice actor was just, like, done or something like that. So a lot of fans actually were freaking out about this when it happened because he was gone for a fair amount of time. And so a lot of fans actually started a change.org petition calling for Brian to be brought back to the show. In the end, Brian was returned to his rightful place in the Griffin home only 2 episodes later, not due to public outcry, but by design of the publicity stunt. So, like, they planned all of this. They weren't planning on killing him off for a really long time. But I thought it was just funny because I experienced this, the same, like, extreme, like, anxiety of Brian leaving the show that people, like, fans, when they were originally watching it did. So, but I also thought it was a really cool plot point because they literally, like, not only did they kill him off, but they took him out of the opening credits.
Oh.
So everybody was like, he's gone.
Oh my gosh.
And they added the new dog to it. So everybody's like, he's gone. Like, we don't know what to do. He's gone. So, yes, those are my fun facts about Family Guy.
Yeah.
I recommend you watch it. You like Bob's Burgers.
Oh, yeah.
I would say you would like Family Guy if you like Bob's Burgers.
It was like another cartoon that they were advertising on Hulu. It was like
It was the same.
the Great North or something
yeah.
like that.
It was the same creators of Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Yeah, but
They were advertising that to me. So I was like, I probably should check that out. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. It looks the same as kind of. There's a couple of shows that are just kind of like using the same animation because they're the same creators. There was like one that was just came out that's the same creators of Rick and Morty.
Disenchantment?
Polar
no.
opposites. Disenchantment is the same as Futurama.
Okay. Yeah, I like Disenchantment.
Yeah. So, which Futurama is also Simpsons.
Yeah.
Which I've learned all of this just by watching Family Guy because they talk about it so much and they talk about how much the Simpsons and South Park hate them for stealing their ideas. But honestly, they all steal each other's ideas. But then they make fun of Bob's Burgers for stealing Family Guy's ideas. So, anyway, if you like animated shows for adults, I would suggest Family Guy. I really love watching it, and it's still my bedtime show. So, yeah. Do you love the Hoot podcast?
Do you want to hear more of our lovely voices?
Do you want to be more involved in the creation of our show?
Well, wait no longer because the Hoot Podcast is on Patreon.
Yay! Yes, if you go to patreon.com/thehootpodcast, you can become a little hoot for $3 a month or a hooter for $5 a month.
This program not only helps us to create more content, but it helps us to improve our show over time for you all.
You also get so many cool incentives for joining.
Yeah, you get a shout out on our show,
You get exclusive content like bonus episodes and videos of us.
and you get a handmade gift from one of us, probably Ashley.
That's me. So join our Allery now to get all of that and more.
Thank you.
And back to the hoot. Hoot hoot.
Pardon me while I have a strange interlude.
So Ashley, what's our theme this week?
National treasure.
Oh my goodness,
We're going on a journey.
I'm gonna go steal what is it?
The Declaration of Independence.
I was about to say the U.S. Constitution.
That's next. That's the third movie that hasn't come out yet.
Yep. I'm gonna go steal George Washington's apple tree. That's not even right.
No. Okay.
So this week we switched because Ashley had her day off and I
Yes.
had my day on.
Yeah.
So
I had a day on too. I just did a lot of things.
Yeah,
that weren't
but-
school.
but I had to
That
work
wasn't school.
and you didn't have to work.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yeah.
So Ashley, we switched. So Ashley, do you have a synopsis for us?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to read it?
Yes. No, I don't.
Oh,
Read it.
could you read it?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Since childhood, Benjamin Franklin Gates has known that he is descended from a long line of people whose job is to guard a treasure hidden by the founding fathers, who hid clues to its whereabouts in the country's currency and on the back of the Declaration of Independence.
What?
Now he has learned of a plot to steal the Declaration and has only one option: steal it himself. Even if he pulls off this my computer screen went away. There it goes. Even if he pulls off this monumental task, keeping the treasure safe is still going to be incredibly hard, especially since the FBI has also gotten wind of the scheme. And that was written by Rmlohner. I don't know how I would pronounce that. It's just like initials and then Lohner.
I've had that one before.
Yeah. It's a person, and you did a good job. I liked it. That's
Yeah, that
why
was
I
a good
picked
job.
it.
I liked it. You say that.
Yes. So, yeah, National Treasure. We're gonna go steal the Declaration of Independence.
We're gonna go steal Riley.
Yeah. So, do you have our cast and director?
Yeah. So, this was directed by John Turtle
Tom?
Yes, Turtletaub.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And I'm also gonna read the writers. The writers are Jim Koff, Cormac Wibberley, Marion Wibberley, Oren Aviv, and Charles Cigars. So, our cast. First, we have Benjamin Franklin Gates, who is played by none other than Nicolas Cage, the purchaser of H.H. Holmes' mansion.
What?
It's a true crime thing.
Oh, okay.
There's
I was
a
like, what?
there's this basically a guy had a hotel where he would kill people,
Oh.
and Nicolas Cage bought it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he live in it?
I don't think so. I think he just bought it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, why can't I talk today?
Abigail?
Abigail Chase is Diane Kruger.
Mhm.
Riley Poole is Justin Bartha, who was our person of the week
Actor of the week.
Last week.
Yes, we should just do people of the week
Person
now.
of the week. Heidi is our person of the week.
She's a cat.
Exactly. Okay. Ian Howe, who is the turned bad guy, is played by Sean Bean or Sean Bon. No, Sean Bon, because it's spelled the same way.
Oh, yeah.
Sheen Bean
Mm-hmm.
or Sean Bon. Patrick Gates, who is Ben's father, is played by John Voight. The FBI, the head of the FBI that was in charge of finding him, who is Sadusky, is played by Harvey Keitel. John Adams Gates is played by Christopher Plummer. That's his grandfather. Shaw, who is one of the bad guys, is played by David Diane Fisher. There's a lot of bad guys. I'll mention young Ben Gates is Hunter Gomez.
Is he in anything that we've seen
Let's see.
recently?
No.
No.
Well, maybe, but looking at his IMDb, I would say no.
Okay.
He was in The Little Mermaid in 2018.
Oh?
I didn't know there was. He's in Family Guy!
Oh, there you go, Allison.
He plays Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Jackson, terminally ill kid. So, yes, that's
Wow.
good.
A memorable character.
Yes. And then I just saw somebody Jason Earl.
Who's that?
He's Jackson on Hannah Montana.
Oh!
He
where's
plays
in it?
Thomas Gates.
Oh, the guy who brings the letter?
But it doesn't look like him,
It
does
doesn't
it?
at all. Wow.
So
now I gotta watch it again.
yeah, so he plays Thomas Gates, the guy the great-great-grandfather that hears about the secret. And then he hears about the secret from Charles Carroll, who is played by Terrence Currier. Is there anybody else you can think of?
Not really.
Yeah, the rest are kind of
Side characters.
characters or bad guys. Helicopter. I saw helicopter. So helicopter pilot James Burry. I don't think you see him. Okay, so that is the cast and crew.
So Allison.
Yes, Ashley.
Are you ready for my fun and historical facts?
Yay! No, remember we changed yours to
but
yay!
I don't like that. It's so boring.
No, but we have to record a bunch of different kids saying yay.
Okay.
Or I can just find a free recording and put it in there.
Saying
I'll try to do that.
Okay.
Yay! Insert here.
Yes.
Quiet. Insert here. Thanks, kids. Okay.
Okay, so my first one is all about names. So,
Names.
in National Treasure, a lot of the characters have historically significant names. So Nicolas Cage's character,
I wonder what
Ben
his
Gates, has the full name Benjamin Franklin Gates,
Who's that?
as revealed in the opening scene with his grandfather. In fact,
That's the guy who
Ben's
killed an
father's-
elephant.
Yes.
No, that was Thomas Edison.
No, yeah, it was. In fact, Ben's father's full name is Patrick Henry Gates, played by John Voight, and his grandfather's full name is John Adams Gates. So they all have founding fathers' names in their names. But the allusion to the founders doesn't stop with the Gates family. Diane Kruger's character is named Abigail Chase, a combination of Abigail Adams and Samuel Chase. And then Sean Bean's character is called Ian Howe, though it is revealed that that may be an alias. And General William Howe and Admiral Richard Howe were both high-ranking British commanders and the King's commissioners to restore peace during the Revolutionary War.
Wow.
So all of those main characters have some...
That's pretty neat.
They didn't just pick them
What
out
about
of
Riley?
Riley does not have a...
He's just so cool, though.
He
needs
is.
one. He's the first of his founding fathers.
Yes. Number 2. Independence Hall was not harmed in the making of this movie. Many of the scenes set in Philadelphia were shot on location in such landmarks as Reading Terminal Market and the Franklin Institute. But one notable exception is Independence Hall. Rather than filming in the real building, a National Historical Park, the filmmaker substituted the brick-for-brick replica of Independence Hall at Knott's Berry Farm in Buena Park, California. So there's like an actual replica of Independence Hall in California. Walter Knott had a love for American history, and his replica, which was constructed between 1964 and 66, was based on historical records, photographs, blueprints, and exact measurements. So there was no need for Nicolas Cage to run around a real national treasure when a truly exact replica existed. So
when he's in the signing room where they all signed the declaration, that wasn't real. He didn't really have the declaration in the signing room for the first time.
Too.
Okay, tell me.
Well, it's not there yet.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get to that. Number 3. One signer who was definitely not a Mason was Charles Carroll. So the connection between the Gates family and the treasure of the Knights Templar begins with Charles Carroll sharing with Thomas Gates that the secret lies with Charlotte. The movie then claims that Carroll was a Mason, but Carroll was Catholic, the only Catholic signer of the Declaration of Independence. In fact...
You can't be Catholic. What's the religion?
It's like, I think it's British.
English?
Like English.
Not King of England. Jesus. I don't know.
Yes. It's
the Church of England.
Yes. In fact, in 1738, the Catholic Church prohibited membership in Masonic organizations. So even though they used him, because he was the last living signer of the Declaration of Independence, so that's why they had to use him, but he was not a Mason.
Okay.
So, that's a fun fact.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, and historical.
And historical.
Yeah. Number 4. The first film's central conceit, that there's a secret treasure map printed on the back of the Declaration of Independence, is pretty far-fetched, but that doesn't mean there's nothing written on the back of the all-important American document. In completely visible ink, so not invisible, it's visible, written upside down near the bottom of the document reads, Original Declaration of Independence dated 4th July 1776. Why? Because before it was placed behind bulletproof titanium in the National Archives building, it was rolled up and carried around by the Second Continental Congress with the text working as a label. So, people would just, carry it randomly with, a bunch of other papers in their hands.
Like they did in the movie?
Yeah. No, they didn't have a special tube for it.
Oh.
They just had it there.
You think they dropped it? You think any of them dropped it?
Probably.
Alexander Hamilton just, has it.
I don't think he had it.
He had it. I know he did. I told you.
But he was a part of the Continental Congress.
Oh, yeah. George Washington, was he one?
He was a Mason, but he wasn't.
Did he hold it, though?
I mean, he signed it at one point.
I bet he held it and he dropped it.
I don't know. I don't have that.
And then he stepped on it and he was like, oops.
Okay, number 5. Despite him starring as the villain, National Treasure marks one of the few projects in journeyman actor Sean Bean's career wherein he doesn't die. So this is one of the only movies where he doesn't die.
Okay.
He's been killed in film and on TV 23 times, most notably losing his head as Ned Stark in the first season of Game of Thrones. Sorry, spoiler for Game of Thrones.
So,
he also gets shot with 1,000,000 arrows in Lord of the Rings.
You think it's just his face?
Probably. He's just killable. But yeah, so he's been killed on TV 23 times.
Or maybe he chooses those roles. But...
No, because he thought he was gonna live in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
He looked at... he was, reading the script, and he was like, oh. Okay, then.
Why do you have to kill me?
Number 6. After he was inaugurated 2 years following the release of Book of Secrets, so this is kind of a second National Treasure thing, but President Barack Obama joked with Philadelphia radio talk show host Michael Smerconish that he'd been provided with the book, in accordance with the film's mythology that all presidents received it upon taking office. When asked which secret impressed him most, he quipped, I would tell you, but I'd have to kill you. So, after admitting he'd seen the film, he took the gag a step further, telling the host, and I don't want you messing with my Resolute desk, with all the gizmos and gadgets. So, he's funny. He's down to earth.
When we were watching National Treasure, we were talking about if there actually is a president's book. And, there are records of JFK having some kind of book. And when I was reading this article or whatever, I mean, obviously it could be not true, but it basically said that it was passed down from JFK's time to Barack Obama, and they're not sure if Trump has seen it.
Well, he shouldn't.
I know.
Barack Obama is just keeping it in his house.
He just took it from...
He's just
No, he didn't even do it. It was Michelle. She was like, we
yeah.
should probably do this. And he's like, no, Michelle, be nice.
We don't want him to have the secrets, man. We got 3 more days, right?
Yep. No, I honestly feel like Michelle is
She's the best.
She's
you need to read her book.
The badass, in the family. And Brock's like, no, Michelle, be nice. And she's like, no, I'm not going to be nice.
He's actually super duper smart. And
I know.
Okay, so number 7. Plans to extend the franchise seemed in the works since Disney registered domains National Treasure 3DCD.com and National Treasure 4DVD.com in 2008, with a potential plan to explore the question about page 47 of the Book of Secrets for the third film in place.
Okay.
By July 2018, the director, Turteltaub, admitted a follow-up was all but dead. It's really that Disney feels that they have other films they want to make that they think will make more money. I think they're wrong, is what he says. I think they're right about the movies they're making. They're obviously doing a really good job at making great films. I just think that this would be one of them, and they don't quite realize how much the internet is begging for the third National Treasure. But a script for the third film does exist, and it's grossed over $800 million.
What's that mean?
So if they were to put it on, that's how much money they would make.
Oh, okay.
But apparently Disney doesn't think that.
Honestly,
but then it goes on to say that the script was close, but not so great that the studio couldn't say yes. But it's been good enough that the studio could have said, yes, keep going, get closer. So it's pretty much saying, there's a script, but Disney doesn't want to make it right now. So right now, it's dead.
I'm sure they're making, a ton of stuff, but, honestly, from Disney, all we can see from Disney is, all these live-action remakes. And then a couple of, animated films. And I'm just,
and that's Pixar, isn't it? Most of the time?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was
I don't think Soul was.
What about, dang it, what's that movie called?
I don't remember.
It just came out. It's about fantasy and D&D. You got it for Ryan.
I know what you're talking about. Onward.
Onward, thank you.
I think Onward was also Disney.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. But, from what I'm seeing, I just don't...
I want National Treasure 3.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
I don't see why...
Not just for the meme.
Yeah, so anyway, go on.
Okay, number 8. The script needed 9 writers to crack the code. Originally planned for a summer 2000 release, National Treasure, based on a concept by Disney, took 9 writers. 9 writers were hired between 1999 and 2003 in an attempt to streamline the story, which sees codebreaker Benjamin Franklin Gates. It has Cage next to it, so I combined them in my brain. Pursuing the stash of riches squirreled away by Benjamin Franklin and his Freemason cohorts. Filming finally began in summer 2003 when Marianne and Cormac Wibberley got the script finalized. Turteltaub, who spent 3 years in development before finally starting production, told Variety that getting Cage was worth the wait.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it took 9 writers to finish.
Jeez.
National Treasure, the first one.
Yeah.
Number 9. Cage liked doing karaoke during filming.
Oh my gosh.
On a press tour for the film, Cage told reporters that he and co-star Diane Kruger, so the girl who plays Abigail Chase, bonded by going out at night and singing karaoke. We'd go and karaoke from time to time and sort of blow it out and be completely ridiculous, which helped, I think, he said. I think it was some Rage Against the Machine, AC/DC, and some Sex Pistols, is what they sang.
Okay.
So, they like doing
interesting.
karaoke in their off times. Okay, and number 10.
Okay.
Are you ready for
I'm
number 10?
ready for number 10.
Okay. So it starts off with a question, and then there's an answer to it. What about this fabled treasure that the Freemasons supposedly had? Is it true? Is it a real treasure that just we haven't found yet? And the answer is... The idea of an ancient treasure taken from Solomon's temple has floated around for centuries, though few, if any, reputable historians buy it. As the story goes, the Knights Templar, a military group created by the Pope during the Crusades, stumbled upon fabulous riches in the ruins of Solomon's temple. Keeping it secret, they smuggled it back into Europe and hid it. But unfortunately for the Knights Templar, the Pope got peeved at them, and long story, but Pope sent the Spanish Inquisition after them, which effectively destroyed the order. But did it? Some Masonic accounts and this film suggest the Knights Templar went underground, found refuge in Scotland, and eventually morphed into the Scottish Freemasons. Then, years before Columbus managed the trick, they sailed to the New World with their massive treasure and buried it in an island near Nova Scotia, to be precise. Right.
Are you talking about, is there more?
Nope, that's it.
Are you talking about, it's gonna bother the heck out of me. There is a treasure
In Nova Scotia.
on an island
Mm-hmm.
near, where's Nova Scotia?
I don't remember.
Near Canada?
Question. Yes. It's a part of Canada.
And I know the podcast that it's on, and I'm going to find it
Okay.
because it's one of the first podcasts that they did, or one of the first topics that they did. It is called maybe it wasn't one of the first ones they did. I know it's here. It's somewhere. Unsolved Oak Island Money Pit Mystery.
I don't know. I just got this from
Okay.
one of the... Which one did I get it from? I think I got it off of Mental Floss or E-Online.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Okay.
I think this is the same thing.
Okay.
So Oak Island is a privately owned island on the south shore of Nova Scotia, Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, this story, do you want to hear about
Sure. Yeah.
Oak Island Money Pit?
Sure.
So I think like it started out with these two kids that were playing and they were digging and they found like some treasure, some jewels and stuff. And then they were like, okay. And then some older, when they grew older, they came back and they started actually digging through this. And basically, long story short, is people have died, like lived long enough to continue living their entire lives, devoting their lives to digging this pit, and still have not gotten to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
And there's so many things in the way, like that it was done on purpose. And most of the time now that people are trying to get down there, they die because, in Fool's Gold, how the water rushes up. So it's kind of the same situation where you can't dive down deep enough to get to whatever is down there. So, I mean, I can send you the podcast to listen to, but...
You could put it as a link in the sources.
I'll add it as a link, but basically, I think this is the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm guessing it is because it's, it just said an island near Nova Scotia. And, it's called the Money Pit. I think it's called other things, Oak Island Mystery or some Mystery Pit or something.
Okay.
But from what I heard in here on like different podcasts, because I've listened to multiple things about it, is that it was pirates. And like people think that like pirates over time have added to it because they know about it, so they added to it and added to it. But this makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah, I don't know. This was just something I found, so I was like, oh, this would be a fun...
Yeah.
Is it really a fact? Is it not kind of thing? But
maybe that's what they believe is the Money Pit.
Yeah.
Is that it is part of this, but...
Because, I mean, it would kind of make sense that, like, they would take it to that area so that the Pope wouldn't be able to find it. I don't know.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's a really cool, interesting, like, unsolved mystery, I guess, is the Money Pit of Oak Island. Money Pit. I think it's called other things, but, like, the mystery of Oak Island is another thing that it's called. So yeah, that's a really interesting thing. Cool.
Awesome.
That's all your fun facts?
all my fun facts.
Yay! So, do we want to talk about our favorite scenes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking we could talk about, like, our favorite scenes or just, like, our favorite parts of just kind of, like, going through the movie. Because, I don't know. When I started writing down my favorite scenes, I'm just like, it's just the whole movie.
Yeah. I have a few favorite parts, though. Like, can I go?
Yeah, go
Okay. I would say the part where Riley figures out that daylight savings time wasn't invented until a certain year. And he's, like, so excited about it. And then, like, that whole scene of them in the clothing store.
Yeah.
It is probably my favorite because then, like, Ben is like, oh my gosh, wait, give me that $100 bill. And then, of course, you know, there's a water bottle that he uses as a magnifying glass, like right there. But anyway, I just love that whole scene. And then I love him like talking and like explaining all this to them. And then he turns to the cashier and she's like, that's interesting. But she doesn't really care.
Yeah.
But I really, that's probably my favorite scene. Besides the ending, of course.
I said the ending was in there, but I really like the whole gala and when they're stealing the document. I think that's a fun part, especially like just like I don't know. It's a heist, and heists are fun, and
I think
I like when he has to buy the Declaration
Yes.
of Independence.
Are you trying to steal that? Yeah. I think I like more than that is when they have to go to his dad's house and do the document. And then, obviously, like, when we watched it on last Sunday, and they, like, he was like, you gotta use heat. And they, like, went together to blow on the document. I cracked up because that was so cheesy. Yeah. But
when we watched that for the first time, it was like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh my gosh, they're falling in love because they're blowing on a document together. But anyway, like that was just, that's probably another one of my favorite parts, because then Abigail is like, oh my gosh, it's real. So then she's convinced and stays with them throughout the rest of it. But yeah.
The only other one that I put down was the silence do good part. Just like, I thought that was kind of a clever thing. And like how Riley had to send the kid over and like give him money to get the letters. And so I just like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool to see that like the Gates family had the silence do good letters. And it's like, that's really cool that like they were able to donate them to a museum, like thinking like people who have those types of things in their homes. That's interesting to me.
I really like that there's so much, I mean, we already talked about it with fun facts, but there's so much truth incorporated in this movie.
There's also a lot of not truth.
Yes. But like they use a lot of truth to put it in there, just like the second one. And so I like that, how it's historical fiction, literally.
I love historical fiction.
Yes. So
like Outlander.
Why can't it just be real? But,
No.
But no, it's, I don't know, I really like all this stuff when you're like, oh my gosh, I know about that from history. And they have it in the movie. And you know, it sounds real, but obviously it's not.
Yeah.
But Benjamin Franklin, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like for a long time people were all like, you know, Alexander Hamilton, yay. And then for a little bit I heard people being like, Thomas Edison. But I'm kind of like, Benjamin Franklin? Like, hello? Can we hear about him? I mean, obviously we can.
The Bewitched episode where he comes to help,
or I can watch the Office episode where he is there as their stripper. No, I mean, honestly, like, I haven't read a biography or autobiography in a really long time.
He's got a lot of cool things going on in his life.
I know, so I was just thinking about that with the Silas Duguid letters. So anyway, do you have any more favorite scenes?
That's all I got.
Okay, that's all I have too.
Okay.
So, thank you guys for listening, for tuning in. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Hoot podcast. If you guys want to help us out, like, just do us a little favor, you could go to Apple Podcasts and scroll down and
write a review.
Give
us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars.
We're going through all of the accents.
Yeah, and you can
do that. A Canadian accent, I guess.
You can do that, and then we're helped out by that. So go ahead and do that. We'll give you time.
Also, you should follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. That's the place that we have. I don't even know what this accent is.
I don't either.
That's the place that we have. We're the Hoot Podcast. You could also go to gmail.com/thehootpod. Not that.
No.
That's not it. You could email us at thehootpodcast@gmail.com.
There you go.
You could send us a question. We haven't had a fan question in a while,
We
so
need questions.
we will need you to send questions. Also join the Owlery.
Yeah.
Hoot hoot. You can go to patreon.com/thehootpodcast. To join the Owlery, you can join for $3 a month or $5 a month. Either way, you will be helping us out, and you'll get a little special gift from Ashley.
Yeah.
Probably, because I don't want to do stuff.
You do stuff.
Also, 2 things. Ashley,
Share a show with a friend.
and thank you for listening to
the
Hoot.